Hi, everybody, and welcome to your much anticipated 2020 energy forecast reading. So, what I've done here is I basically just focused on pulling a card for each month of the year and or really rather like each season. So, what we're gonna be mostly going through as a collective in each season of the year, and then the main message and the main spiritual experience that we're going to be working towards during 2020. And then I also just pulled two cards just to kind of give an overall, like, what should we be focusing on as the basis of the year in 2020. So a lot of us in 2020 are going to be moving into our creativity, and we're going to be using that as our basis to move forward. And it's super important because a lot of us are connected to spirit, and some of us may not have realized it all the way yet, but we're getting all sorts of inspirations, thoughts, and ideas through our guides on a daily basis. And the people who are creators, who are artists, who are writers, who are musicians, who are motivational speakers, who are therapists, who are anyone who deals with the public and anyone who puts out any type of vision into reality is someone who is helping heal the divine collective of the entire planet. So they want us to understand the importance of you honoring your creativity and really moving into it in 2020 and making it a big part of your life. So if you are an artist, they really want you to start doing more artwork in 2020. If you're a writer, they want you to get in touch with your creative side and start writing. There might be a book or just, information that you need to get out on Instagram or a blog or whatever, and it's going to help people get through whatever they're going through at this time. You're going to be able to help them. And that's how it works, is that we all have our own individual divine gifts. And if you honor whatever your gift is, they work through you and they help you get the inspirations and the ideas and through your thoughts, and then you bring it into realization for everyone to experience. So please move into that, and they're really going to be communicating with us in a really a more strong way in 2020. A lot more people are awakening on the planet, and a lot more people are understanding that we're here for a bigger purpose than just to wake up and go to work and come home. It's not about that for some of us. For some of us, we're here for a bigger reason. We're here to help heal people. We're here to help people get through the hard times of being a human. It's not an easy situation. And through our thoughts, through our dream time, through meditation, our guides and guardians and spirit team that we all have, they communicate with us, and they will be bringing us a bunch of esoteric information, and they'll be speaking to us through symbols, and they'll help us understand spiritual truths. So that's a big part of what my mission is I already know that in 2020, my whole entire reason why I'm doing this is to help bring understanding to the spiritual truths in the universe and bring it to a wider scale of people that maybe don't even know about spirituality. They don't know about all these amazing things that we have information about and connection to that people just aren't taught about in school. And you're not taught about it in the real world, in quotations, but it's there, and it's running our entire universe. And so they want everyone to know that if you're willing to open yourself up, they will deliver you your own information that you can articulate in your own way. May it be through artwork or music or writing or just talking with your friends about cool books that you've been reading. When I started my spiritual journey back in 2007, I literally went to the library and I just started looking at books on like Zen meditation and um, all sorts of stuff. I was just researching as much as I possibly could. And that's what led me into card reading and all sorts of research about spirituality that you can possibly imagine. Learning about sacred geometries, learning about our ancient civilizations and how we all come from the stars and that we all are connected on a much deeper level than we realize. And that we have 5 psychic senses and man, I could just go on for days and days and days, which I will be in future videos. I'm going to be doing a bunch of spiritual knowledge videos, so this will be really cool for you guys to get a lot of information in 2020 from me. So, again, I'm really excited to say that a lot of us are going to be coming into union in 2020. A lot of us are going to be united with our soulmates. And to me, what this really is talking about is someone that you meet that you are in a harmonious union with, and someone that you feel like you've known before, someone you feel safe with, someone that makes you laugh, someone that makes you feel really good, that you just connect with on a deep level, that you guys understand each other, that you want to support one another in life and be there and grow together and create a life together and share each other with yourselves and the entire world. Because when you find someone that you really love and you guys are both that you both love and honor yourselves, there's no fear. The fear doesn't exist. So there's never any fighting or wondering what the other person's thinking or any of that shit that gets in the way. You just understand that you do love one another, and it allows for like this completely different type of relationship to happen. When you're both open and your hearts are open and you already love yourselves, you don't need to be feeling any kind of fear or questioning. You're just organically in it and you're ready to go. You're primed for this love. You're primed to love one another because you both already love yourselves 100% and you already give yourself what you need. So when you're already full and your cup is overflowing with love, that's when you're able to really give it to another person. This card basically just indicates that both parties are going to be in this position. So you're both going to have full cups that are overflowing, and it's going to be a very giving and flowing relationship. And that whatever both of you are doing in your lives, you're going to be there to support one another through whatever it is. And you're going to be really stoked about whatever your partner's doing. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys are going to be working together on projects that are going to have to do with the collective consciousness and helping people, being in service to others and coming together for a greater cause and reaching more people together as a couple than you would separate as individuals, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's amazing. I'm really excited about that. And they just want you to know that your guardians and your guides have been like working together to make this happen for you guys. They've been helping each of you individually grow on all sorts of levels to get ready for each other. You know, both people have been through turmoil, both people have been through heartbreak, both people have stepped up to the plate and they've been doing spiritual healing, which is super important, and it's absolutely vital in order to allow you to be ready and open for a long-term relationship. And so they wanted to let you know that they have been helping you both individually work through all of your trauma, work through all of your heartbreak, and, you know, really just move into the career that you want, get you both in your own positions where you're in positions that make you feel happy and powerful and like you're helping change the world. And they're moving you guys together slowly. So in 2020, whenever the timing is correct for both of you, you will meet each other and it will be the right time. So kind of just release the stress that you're having about it and just kind of open up your heart to it and know that this person is on their way to you. And just say thankful to the universe for allowing this union to happen and just get yourself ready for it. Get excited about it. They want us to focus on being playful, and they want us to focus on really just enjoying our life while we're here, because it's not going to last forever. We're only here for a very short period of time, and they want us to understand the beauty of just enjoying your life, celebrating your life, being grateful for all the little things that you have, and really just celebrating it. And when you are in that vibration, when you're on a higher vibration, you're focusing on love, you're focusing on hope, and you have that and you make that your priority every day. It's a choice that you make to be on a higher vibration. It helps change the state that the world is in. And this can happen very quickly. If all of us were to step out of the fear that we've been working under for decades, for centuries, we've been oppressed, we've been put under, we're basically slaves, and it doesn't have to be that way. We don't have to be run by fear, but that's what we've been conditioned to do. And the real main message here is that they want the collective consciousness of humanity to understand that if we all individually choose to move out of fear and move into love and move into hope on a daily basis, and we make that our vibration, it will tip the scales, and we will start to see our whole entire existence change. And the fear that runs our planet right now, the fear that's, just breaking everyone down and just causing this chaos, it won't exist anymore. It's been in charge for a really long time. This really heavy, patriarchal, oppressive, really dark energy that's been running this planet for so long will not exist if the mass majority of us on the planet choose love. And we choose that as our daily vibration, and we focus on that above everything. It will change things. So understand your power, understand that love conquers all, and that love can change everything for everyone that's here. So please move into that, and don't be afraid to love. And the main message they actually have for us, it says, speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. They really do want us to understand how powerful love is. We live in a duality universe, so really the only two things that ever exist is love and fear. And they can't exist at the same time. It's one or the other. So if the majority of people are choosing to move out of fear and move into love and make love their reality, it will become that. Everything will move over. Everything. I know it sounds weird and simple and doesn't make sense to some people, but just try it. If you're having a bad day, focus on something that makes you happy, focus on something that you're grateful for, and feel how your body starts to change because you're focusing on something positive. And just try to do that as much as possible during 2020. And just be grateful for everyone in your life, and tell people how much you love them. And tell yourself how much you love yourself, and focus on that. Understand how amazing you are. Understand how important you are. That we all agreed to be here at the same time as one another, and that we have the ability to connect with one another and show another human being what it feels like to be loved. And understand that we have to love ourselves above everything else. And once you're able to do that, you can love everybody. So, yeah, love, guys, love. Okay, so starting off in January, it's the Magician. And the Magician is the all-powerful wizard that understands how to use all of the elements that are available to us to create the exact future and existence that he wants. And he's the master manifester because he understands that life is magical and that there are so many elements that we can use, and physically, mentally, and spiritually. And when you bring all of those things together and you use them to create the reality that you want, you can have anything. And that's really what 2020 is going to be about, is all of us as spiritual beings having a human experience, understanding that the physical world, the physical third dimension, the third density that we're living in is only one of them. That there are so many other dimensions. Our universe is run on 7 different densities, okay? So 7 dimensions. If you think of the 7 chakras, that's how it works. We are physically in the third density. which is the third dimension. And there are many above us and 2 below us. So they want us to understand on a greater scale that this third density that we're physically existing in is not the only one. And there's so much more that we have access to, and there's so much more elements that we can use to infuse our lives and make everything better and create whatever we want, that if you have the ability to open your mind to learning and you open yourself up to the spiritual knowledge that exists, it will transform your life. And when you step into a position of creating your own reality and understanding that you have the power to do so, everything will change for you. And you will understand how magical life can be. And you will be able to manifest everything that you want in your life. Moving forward through the rest of the winter, they want us to understand that a lot of things are going to be happening for us in 2020. We're going to be getting everything that we want. We're going to be moving into the career path that we desire. We're going to be moving into service to others to help everybody. And we're going to be receiving the help that we need. And they want us all to understand that this is all going to be happening in divine timing. We have people on our side that are in other dimensions that are helping us on our path. So if you're willing to have the courage and the strength to step into your mission and move forward and do the things that you are being guided to do, you will be rewarded for doing so. And they want you to understand that everything happens exactly as it's supposed to in divine timing. So don't try to rush things. Learn how to have patience. Learn how to forgive yourself for being human and being frustrated and not being patient and wanting to rush or wanting to force things. Just understand that you don't need to. Just try to chill. Try to understand that the divine timing is always in order, and learn how to trust in that. Affirmations help me when I get really stressed out and I'm like, oh my God, like it's taking so long. Am I doing this right? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? If you do an affirmation, it will help realign your thought process and your energy. So you're not scattered and anxiety ridden, but you are able to relax and readjust your direction of thought. So moving from the winter into the springtime, they want us to understand that this is going to be a really important pivotal point of growth for a lot of us. And this could be talking about like business contracts coming into fruition, moving to new locations, moving into new relationships, coming into your power spiritually, understanding exactly the path that you're supposed to be going on, and meeting people in your life that are going to help you on that path. That you're going to be working with, other people, making dreams a reality, creating all sorts of different ways to heal the planet and yourself and everyone around you. And so they're going to be guiding you through that, and you're going to experience a huge growth spurt, and you are going to be sent down the path to success. So that's awesome. And just keep your eyes peeled and your whole entire being very aware of people that come into your life and if they're supposed to be there and what their mission really is to help you. Moving into the spring, they want you to know that sometimes when we start on our path, on our mission, it is really challenging, and not to get discouraged by it, because like I said earlier, it all happens in divine timing. So we have to be able to understand that it doesn't happen instantaneously, and that there's always a lot of things that are in play, that there's a bunch of factors that all have to line up perfectly in order to make everything flow how you want it to. So they want us to understand that starting out, there may be challenges that come up, but please remain open to new ideas and new inspirations that come to you that will help you get through it, that you can say, oh, okay, it's okay. Now I understand that this is something I can do to make things flow easier. Or, oh, maybe it is better that it's going to take longer because I can do this, this, and that in the meantime. So just try to switch your perception again. This is really all about switching your perception into love and gratitude, no matter what happens, you understand that everything's happening for a reason, and trusting in that. Moving into the summertime, they want you to know that your prayers are heard and they're going to be answered. When you're willing to step forward and you're willing to do what you want with your life, and you're listening to your guides, you're listening to your intuition, you're taking all the steps necessary to do the things that you know that you want to do with your life, they will deliver you the guidance and the help that you need. So understand that when you pray and you're asking the universe for things that you want, that your prayers are being answered and heard. So don't ever doubt that. Understand that when you pray, you are heard, and they are working behind the scenes to make everything happen. So please understand that. Detach from the outcome. Sometimes we have rigid outcomes of how we think something is supposed to be, but that can actually kind of like put a damper or a stop or like a cap on the possibilities that could happen for you. Maybe what you want to have happen isn't as amazing as something else that could happen. So just remain open to, you know, if something doesn't work out for you, understand that there's a better situation on the way. And if it's a relationship that doesn't work out, know that that's not the best person for you, and that you guys taught each other very important lessons and that you should move forward and it's for the better. Or if things are taking longer to start your business, or, you know, to get your degree or whatever it is, just understand that it's all happening for a greater reason and that you are going to have the best outcome possible. So if you can step away from a rigid idea of how things are supposed to be and open yourself up to understanding that you're always going to end up having the best outcome that's possible for you, it'll help change that like anxiety and attachment to it. So detach from having any certain idea and remain open. Okay, so going into the summer and fall time, they want us to know that justice is going to be coming into play. So if anything in your life has happened that you feel like justice needs to be served, know that it is going to happen. If people have wronged you, this is going to be the time period where they're going to have to answer for it. And it's going to be, you know, it's like the playing field is going to be leveled. And understand that if you're always trying to take the higher road and you're properly ending all of your relationships, and you know you're doing what is right, and you're standing up for yourself and you're standing up for what you believe in at all times, you will always get the best outcome. You know, because you can't sit here and fight with people that are on a lower vibration. You can't fight with people who don't believe in the same things as you. You can't fight with people that don't honor your being, that don't honor how beautiful and loving you are, because it's pointless. It gets you nowhere. We can't sit here and fight with these people because it's detrimental. What we have to understand is that if we rise above all of this shit, and we stay true to ourselves and we honor who we are and we continue to stand up for our beliefs and do what's best for us, justice will be served. And we don't have to worry about how it's going to happen or anything else. We just have to keep forging the path and moving forward, and understand that when you stand up for yourself and you take the higher road, that you will always have the best outcome possible. So know that they're on your side with that. Abundance is, you know, the main theme, I would say. Love and abundance for 2020. Understanding that when you're moving into your path, you're honoring your truth, you're doing what you want to be doing with your life, and it is scary to do what you want at first, I feel like. But if you do it anyway and you understand that you're going to be helped on the journey, that's how that abundance comes to you. You know, you'll end up hooking up with people that are into the same types of stuff as you, that have similar life paths, that are doing the same things, that are also here to help raise the vibration of the planet, that are here to be in service to others, that are here to show other people what it feels like to be loved. That's the most important mission that anyone can possibly have, in my opinion, is if you are someone who shows other people what it feels like to be loved, you're the most important person on the planet. Never forget that. If you're a source of unconditional love and you just love, and that's who you are love, and you know that, and you keep doing it, even if you cry, and even if you're sad, and even if you're hurting, if you're still able to give that love no matter what, you are the most important person on the planet. And that abundance is going to keep flowing from your heart because that's who you are and that's why you're here. So understand that you're so important and that you're on this planet for a very important reason, and that loving others is the most important mission that you can have here. So really just move into it and keep being that source of love, because it's helping everyone feel connected. It's helping everyone feel important. It's helping everyone feel like they matter, and that is amazing. So thank you to all of you that are doing that, because it's really hard to do sometimes, but if you were born to love, you just have to, you know? Taking the lead, okay? So just no matter what happens, no matter what is thrown at you, always stand up for yourself. Stand in your truth, stand in your power. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You know who you are, you know why you're here, and guess what? It's completely unique than anyone else on the entire planet. No one else is here for the same reason as you. You're the only one who's here for this specific reason. So anytime you have a naysayer or a hater trying to talk you out of something, or tell you you're less than, or make you feel like shit or whatever, tell you you're crazy, or, you know, that you're obnoxious or whatever, it doesn't matter. They're just on a lower vibration and they don't understand you, and it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're following your heart and you're doing what you know is right for yourself. And when you do that, you become a shining beacon of light for others that will, you know, through you, understand the importance of owning your truth and being yourself. Because you're the only one that exists that's just like you. You're it. And it is so vitally important for everyone who comes into contact with you, because you have a unique energy signature. And whatever your superpower is, whatever your gift is, it's the only one that exists. And so if you can really come into that and grasp that concept and understand that your unique gift and is your unique power, and that's why you're here on the planet right now, you can use that to heal yourself and everyone in your life. Okay, this card is super important because it talks about finding other people in your life that have the same spiritual like outlooks as you, and it talks about just like making sure that you're supported by people around you that believe in the same stuff as you, so you don't feel like you're crazy, so that you feel like you have people that understand where you're coming from, so that you can learn as much information as possible to build yourself up, to become as knowledgeable as possible, because knowledge is power. And the more power that we have and the more things that we understand and are fluid in knowing and understanding, the easier everything is, and the more things that make sense to us. Especially since I mentioned to you guys that we're only experiencing one density of our 7 density universe that we live in. So if you can take that into consideration and understand that there's so many different levels that we can't see, but we can feel them with our 5 psychic senses. We can hear them if we listen to our intuition and our thoughts that come in. That's what it is. That's how they communicate with us, is they use our human vessel as a way to communicate with us while we're here. And then we take the information into our human bodies and we use our voice or our hands or whatever to communicate it into human life however we comprehend it. Whether it be a picture or a painting or a song or a letter or a book or whatever. All these individual ideas that we're getting come to us through spirit, through this universal web that we're all connected to, and they come to each individual person specifically because we all have our own way of communicating the information uniquely so that other people relate to it. And so make sure that you're staying true to yourself, that you're doing what you want to do with your life, that you're surrounding yourself with other individuals that have similar viewpoints as you and that are spiritually aware and that have information that you can seek out. I think in 2020, a lot of us are going to be coming into more like-minded individuals, and we're going to be meeting more people that can teach us stuff about spirituality. And so be prepared for that. That's really cool. We're going to have big time connections with the spirit world, and we're going to be learning a lot more information than we already know. And so moving forward, when you're absorbing all this new energy and you may become a little overwhelmed, but understand that if you have a support system and you have people to call and talk to and ask questions, it'll help you feel a little bit more grounded. And you're definitely going to need to take some quiet time and just kind of, understand that everything is going to be okay, and that if you're willing to remain open to information and just process it and, write it down if you need to, read books if that helps you process information, and just take some alone time, spend some time just relaxing. When you start your spiritual path and you're learning about all this metaphysical information, it can be overwhelming, but like for me it's the opposite. Instead of getting overwhelmed, I get energized, I get excited, things start to make more sense to me. I've been psychically aware since I was a child, and I had a lot of experiences as a child that I couldn't explain because I didn't understand that, like, what being psychic was, or what being clairvoyant was, or what being, having these abilities that you couldn't explain physically, but were happening. And so as I've gotten older and learned about all this metaphysical information, it made my whole life make sense. So I'm excited to be that person for you guys, where I can be a place you can come and learn information that will help make sense of things that have happened to you. That's what this last card is talking about, is us all moving into a position of helping everyone else that's here, helping everyone on the planet right now, bringing forth knowledge, bringing forth information that we have, anything that we receive moving forward, any information that we learn about. They want us all to start talking about it. They want us to share information with everyone possible. If it's just talking to your friends about it when you go get lunch, or if it's making a YouTube video about it, or if it's about just writing a simple little Instagram post. If you find something cool on the internet that's super inspiring to you, please share it, because this really is about connecting to one another on a spiritual level and helping each other enlighten, helping each other feel connected, and that we're not crazy, and that this isn't made up, that it's all very real. It's more real than we all realize. We're all connected, and we all can help each other through this, and that we are going to be going through an amazing transformation spiritually as a collective. And that this is the most important time to come together and support each other and love as many people as you possibly can, and really come into your power and know that the knowledge that you're going to be receiving is so important, and that it really is going to help everybody in your life. So don't hoard it. Don't feel afraid to share information that you have. Release the fear, move into love, and use that love to guide you forward, and use that love to affect as many people as you possibly can in a very positive way. And understand that this is just going to be definitely one of the best years that we've had, spiritually speaking, and that we're really going to be coming together and sharing information, sharing love, helping each other feel connected, sharing information that's going to help elevate all of us, coming into union with people that you feel comfortable with, and just understanding that we're going to be learning a lot of knowledge this year, and it's going to help us live our lives in a completely different, more harmonious way. So there it is, you guys. Happy 2020. I'm pretty excited. So this was just a collective reading for what most of us are going to be experiencing. I am going to be posting this card reading on my website so that you can get your own individual 2020 reading. So, what are you specifically as an individual going to be learning in 2020? And I think it's going to be super powerful for everyone to do that, because there's going to be things in your life that are going to be happening that are going to be changing your whole entire existence. So if you guys want guidance on that and you want to, bring a notebook and write it all down and get your year of 2020 planned out, please go over to my website, thehealingemporium.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys, and I will see you guys next week, okay? Love you. Bye.